And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for some football here on the Elite Sports Network as the South Carolina Elite take on the Palmetto Hurricanes here at the Woodmont Sports Complex. My name is Colin Calvert. On this, what we thought was going to be a beautiful day here in Beaumont, turns out it is quite cloudy, quite cold, and quite windy too. Yeah, we'll see how that affects the players' performance today, if it does at all. The Elite coming in at 2-2, coached by Alonzo Childs, and the Hurricanes coming all the way from Columbia, South Carolina, notching a 1-3 record. As after the coaches met up, players met up, and the referees met up, it has been decided that the Elite will be receiving the Hurricanes to kick off momentarily here on the Elite Sports Network. And back to receive for the Hurricanes, number 12, Jared Watkins. As the game slowly but surely gets underway, there's been a bit of technical difficulties. Not technical, but more of mechanical difficulties going on. Time delays and things of that nature. But, ladies and gentlemen, it's, like I said before, it is time for some football here at the Woodmont Sports Complex. South Carolina Elite, like I said, they're on a 2-game losing streak so far. And while the Hurricanes on a 3-game losing streak, they saw a bit of spark of hope last game against the Eagles, but unable to produce. Your quarterback for today is going to be Malik Willis for the Elite, and see if they can make something happen here. This is a big game. At one point, the Elite were ranked number 9 in the country for semi-pro. And let's see if they can try and make that ranking come back. Who doesn't want to be ranked? That's for sure. And after a long time waiting, it is finally game time here at the Woodmont Sports Complex. As after the coin toss, the elite on the receiving end. Man, let's get things rolling. Man, back to receive. Taz Harrison. As well as Darius Freeman. And Jared Watkins gets up to around the 30-yard line. And it's going to be elite ball. And the starters for your elite offense: Darius Freeman, Nas Dawkins, Jarius Page-Jones, Tron Hill at wide receiver, Fonsby Clyburn at running back, Andre Willis, your QB for the day. Yeah, definitely, if you're the elite, your strategy right now is just go out, give me a 1-2 punch, and really just end this game early on. Starting out at the 20, around the 26. Willis takes a snap. Handoff to Clyburn. Clyburn making his way near side, breaks a tackle, makes his way down to around the 45. Great start for the elite. Fonsby Clyburn, an outstanding start. And eventually was run out of bounds there by the Hurricanes. You know, I was talking to Fonsby earlier. Stat line from the Eagles game this past week: around 140 yards, 70 of those being running yards. And they decided to go with Fonsby again. Here's Clyburn. Trucks a man. Makes about a 5-yard gain. Up to the 50 now. Yeah, Clyburn around 70 yards running and around 70 yards receiving as well. Definitely a great all-around running back, as Clyburn taken out. In comes Harrison. And what apparently was supposed to be the fake out ends up resulting in a penalty for the elite. Offsides. It's going to move them back 5 yards. Now to the 45. I mean, really, you cannot afford to make simple errors like that. As Willis brings his team in the huddle. As you can see, the safeties for the Hurricanes drop back deep. You know, you do have that. You have the 4 receivers out wide. Got to be able to lock up to the outside as well. I would not be surprised if I see a throw here from Willis. Drops back. Willis, looking inside, tipped up by the linebacker for the Hurricanes. Great defensive stop there. It is 2nd and 10. Yeah, I mean, if you're Willis there, you can't disregard the linebackers there, because as you know, for anybody who has played football before, whenever the snap comes off, if you're a linebacker, you see the pass coming, you drop back, you have that middle route there, and that slant coming from Freeman was one perfectly covered by the linebacker for the Hurricanes. Blitz set for the Hurricanes as well. Willis drops back, rolls out into the pocket, deep ball, and caught. And they're going to call that a catch at around the 30, I believe that's going to be the 22-yard line. A beautiful catch outside by Dawkins. See, I mean, if you're the safety, that's your play there for the Hurricanes. You cannot give up big yardage plays there. And from my perspective, I believe that that was going to be an interception, just the way that he threw it, but ended up being an amazing play. And Clyburn back in the game for the Elite. Handoff. Going towards that right side. And drives the feet and gets a few yards off it. About a 4 or 5 yard gain there on the play. Yeah, as you can see with that long distance play there, I know it was not caught on camera, but that long distance play where Willis drops back through the passing, that was whenever there was a big blitz set, and that pressure, great stop by the O-line though, as the pressure was just too much for the Hurricanes. And quick timeout taken, and we're going to take it with them here on the Elite Sports Network. And back here in the Woodmont Sports Complex. Still tied at 0s here. Scoreless game. But Elite slowly approaching their way to drawing first blood of the game. From a beautiful throw from Willis right to Dawkins on that far right side of your screen. And then Clyburn as well, starting the game off with a beautiful run. And Clyburn been subbed out of the game now. Willis takes a snap. Penalty flag thrown. Deep ball into the end zone, and that's going to be right on out of bounds. And just, a tough play to make there if you're Tron Hill. Your quarterback throws it deep. You're expecting it to be right in your hands, but it's just a little bit overthrown by Willis. And Willis just got to stay consistent with these throws, stay consistent with these passes, and especially taking those, that 3-step drop back. He sees the reads, he finds it, and he found the open hill there. You just cannot overthrow a pass like that. And in a trip set here. And there's going to be another timeout taken. This one by the Elite. And we're going to take it with them. I believe that one was called by Hill himself. And just a discussion with Coach Childs here. Just get the game plan underway. And right now, if you're the Hurricanes, how can you stop this run game? And how can you stop that deep ball movement from the Elite? I mean, Willis has definitely got an arm, as you saw with that throw right to Dawkins. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen here. It's second down. And Willis taking the snap. They are in trips. Willis might take it himself and slid up. Ooh. He definitely did not look definitely did not feel good, I am sure. You saw him slide, ends up falling onto his knees, and flipped over there as the tackle was made by the Hurricanes. Small gain on the play. And we have entered the red zone now. First down for the Elite. And trips that snap is fumbled. And Willis going to be taken down right where it started at. Loss of around 2 there. Yeah, I mean, that's just an unfortunate series of events. I mean, you're right in the red zone. You're right. You can smell blood almost. And then the snap is fumbled. And that brings us up to what I believe is second down. And they're bringing in Clyburn, which would not surprise me if they're going to start running here. And bring your receiver out to the slot, towards that outside. Moved away from the trips. I take it back, they're going to stay in trips. Motion. And Willis drops back. On the roam, and that's intercepted. Interception made by the Hurricanes, and that's going to be such an unfortunate series of events there for Willis and the Elite. And that's going to bring out the Elite defense here as the ball is going to be brought out to the 25. Yeah, it's going to be a long day for the Elite if plays like that keep happening. It was not the best read. You had, I believe, it was Dawkins there to that left side. You had him wide open. You have to, if you're Willis, you have to be able to take those reads and be able to just make smart decisions here. As the defense comes out, defense consisting of Jeffrey Dodd, Zay Jones, Brandon Precia, Wyatt Taylor, Arthur Bowens, Montex Harrison, Andre Patterson, Hood, Tyus Sullivan, and Jared Watkins. And trip set, run on the play. And the Hurricanes breaking some tackles and making their way up to around the 35. Great first play. We've seen a lot of strong run game come from both teams here. As the Hurricanes try and do whatever they can to shut the Elite down. Right now, defensively, they took advantage of everything they could on the Hurricanes. And now they're going to try and do it offensively. So another timeout was taken. And this one, don't know who it was taken by. It looks like it was taken by the Hurricanes. And we're going to take it with them here on the Elite Sports Network. And back on the field now is the Hurricanes. After a timeout there, Elite decided not to take the huddle. And trip set. And another run play. It's slipped up. Gets back on his feet and taken down for a loss of yards. Loss of about 3 there on the play. Great stop there by that elite defensive line. And snap a little high. Going to decide to run again. And this one, another loss on the play. Bringing up third down. And that's just not what you want to see if you're the Hurricanes right now. You know, you want to be consistent with it, but at the same time, they become predictable with the runs as well. And that predictability is going to lead to just more plays like that. But great play made there by the elite. Jeffrey Dodd and Zay Jones and a few others combined for that tackle there. And still staying with the trip set. Here's the Hurricanes. And another timeout taken. Another one, which is surprising. I don't think I've seen ever so many timeouts taken in a matter of just the first quarter. But we're going to take it with them. Stay tuned on the Elite Sports Network. Still a scoreless game as we have taken the fourth timeout of the game so far, and it's barely been half of the first quarter already. So interesting choice of actions there from both teams. And there seems to have been a running back change, and as well as them going to quads. And snap. First pass of the game. Toss up, caught in the middle, taken down by number 12, Jared Watkins, who we saw take the first kick return. And that's going to lead us up to fourth down as the punting regime comes out to relieve the Hurricanes. Back to receive is going to be Taz Harrison, as well as Jared Watkins. And the blitz coming underway. Almost blocked their short punt. It was only around 25 yards there. And it's going to end up right on the 30-yard line for the Elite. Yeah, that was definitely a short punt, not the distance that you wanted to see that one go, but I believe it was right off the tip of the foot there for the Hurricanes. It's going to give the Elite another chance to score here. And still scoreless as we slowly approach the second quarter. And Willis back at QB. Clyburn at running back. Trips that right side. Snap taken. Drop back, thrown right to Clyburn. Clyburn able to evade it. Gets another. Wow, what a play there. Able to stay on his feet. Gaining a few more yards. Beautiful play there by Clyburn. Smart thinking by Willis. Hit the wide open running back. Right of a small little out route. Great perception there by the QB for the Elite. And that brings up a first down for the Elite. And Willis takes a snap, drops back, deep pass, and intercepted again. Make that 2 on the day. No, that's really at the fault of Willis there, not being able to get Freeman. It's a good one-on-one matchup there, but unable to produce, and that's going to send the Hurricanes back up on offense. Exactly the 20-yard line. And we've seen really the Elite just be so productive whenever it comes to run game. And if that's the case, stick with the run game. You have a very versatile bench whenever it comes to run. But then passing-wise, if it's going to keep ending up in interceptions, then you might want to just stay away from that. That's the Hurricanes. And the handoff. Taken. Getting up the sideline and absolutely hammered. At the 20-yard line. It might be a loss of 1 there. A productive day defensively for the Elite. Not letting the Hurricanes get past that 30-yard line yet. And kept them on that last play at a loss of 1. I believe there was a holding call. Going to bring them all the way back to the 10. And this seems to be exactly where they were last possession. And the snap. Here's the QB for the Hurricanes taking the run himself right up the middle. And about a 5-6 yard gain on the play. You know, in all honesty, I believe they should have taken that run there. As you saw, the running back for the Hurricanes still had an open lane right down the middle. And they decided to drop back. The pass taken and deflected. Great defense there by Andre Patterson, the corner. Able to lock him up and send him home. Trips to the left side. Would not be surprised if the play went that way. Here's the snap. Drop back. Rolling out into the pocket. Toss. And deflected once again. Big pass breakup there. For the Elite by Arthur Bowens, the linebacker. I know Jared Watkins got a bit of that as well. Definitely a all-around team effort, and that's going to bring out the punting regime once again. You know, if you're going to have to find some sort of rhythm, some sort of groove if you're the Hurricanes right now. You know, you've been really just at a standstill offensively this entire game. As the punt sent up and out of bounds at around the 44-yard line. That's going to be elite ball. And it's going to bring out Willis and the offense once again for the elite. Still scoreless. Yeah, I really believe this is my prediction for this game. It's really going to be it's going to be a defensive heavy game. And as you can see, it already has been that. Would not be surprised to see a lot more running, though maybe some play action passes here from the elite. Just these deep ball interceptions just cannot happen, or red zone interceptions, as we have seen beforehand. And Clyburn going out wide. 5-receiver set. Here's Willis. Takes a snap, drops back, and is sacked and taken down for a loss of 5 there. Great play by the Hurricanes. You're able to just shut Willis down and get in his head as well, and that's what you want to do. He's a confident passer, but if you can get in his head, then he will keep throwing those deep balls, and he will just keep falling under that pressure, as we've seen with the rest of this game. And still in that 5-receiver set. Offensive line just gotta hold back this defense. And the pass, Willis gonna take the run himself, and what looked to be a fumble on the play. Refs blew the whistle beforehand. And it's still gonna be elite ball as we are at a 3rd down. Quick timeout taken. We're going to take it with him here on the Elite Sports Network. And not only was that not a timeout, it's actually approaching the 2nd quarter now. As the Elite still in possession here, right around the 50-yard line. Discussion in regards to the chain crew here. And this will be 3rd and quite a bit. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Now it's the officiating crew. Finally got things all set up. Still in that 5 receiver set. You got trips on the left side, Doves on this right side. Willis back there solo. No, one safety deep. It's Willis. Keeps running up, still free. Able to break out, throws it, and caught. Right there in the middle. And there's going to be an injury on the field for the Hurricanes. And we're going to take a quick break here on the Elite Sports Network. And slowly walking off the field here for the Hurricanes. We hope and pray he's going to be just fine. It's going to be 4th down for the Elite. Here at the beginning of the second. And whether they're going to keep... They are going to bring out the punting regime. It seems like a bit of confusion here. And risky a delay of game here. Here's the punt. Sent up and quite short punt there. That's right towards the chain crew. And notched maybe about 10 yards of a punt. You know, does not give the Elite lots of room to work with on defense. Still scoreless at the second quarter. And out comes the offense for the Hurricanes. as they prepare, hopefully, to not be stopped or stuffed as they have been these last two possessions. So 1st and 10 from the 34. You know, it's been a rough offensive day. For the Hurricanes. As you can see, didn't get past the 30-yard line these past two possessions as they decide to go with a run straight up that right side. And it's going to bring up 2nd down with a gain of about 2. And the snap taken. Handed off once again. Man, absolutely stuffed by a host of elite all the way out there for about a gain of 2. Once again, brings up 3rd down. And this is just a great overall defensive play by the elite, showing that they are quite elite defensively. Yeah, they've definitely been more productive defensively than offensively, but we've seen that. And this O-line for the Hurricanes has really just got to open up that gap and continue to make their way down the field. 3-receiver set, the toss. And weaving his way around and finally tackled by Jared Watkins. And it brings up 4th down and the punting regime. We've said that quite a bit for the Hurricanes here. And here's the punt. And much farther punt than last time. Here's Harrison. Making his way, goes out left side, staying on his feet, and finally tackled at around the 30 or the 26-yard line. And it's going to bring right on out the offense for the elite. They've got to do something here. 2 interceptions already, and you've already turned it over on 4th down just once, and a 10-yard punt does not do much for you. Really, this defense is saving the elite currently, and really just able to keep them in this game. So see if they can be productive on offense. Willis and Clyburn in the backfield. We got Freeman outside right. Snap fumbled again. Willis, it's in his hands. Got time to pass, and that's going to be incomplete, right on out of bounds. Flagged on the play. Interesting to see what this call is going to be. And got to be called holding on the elite. It's going to bring them back a few yards. Got to make way for 1st down. Yeah, first down, and it's 15 here as Willis takes the snap. Pressured, running it, open space, making some man miss, and you're going to get tackled for about a 10-yard gain on the play at the 30-yard line. As the sun shines, starting to come out here in Piedmont as well. Thank you so much for joining in online. Glad to have you watching the South Carolina Elite on the Elite Sports Network. Great run there by Willis, able to show off those wheels. And it looked like he was attempting to slide there at one point. Decided not to. And taken down. Pass. Looked almost to be horse-collared there. As the pass goes incomplete. Right to the middle. Was trying to get it to Freeman. Down the middle. And as another flag came out, it's going to take away that gain of yardage. It's made by Willis, who showed off his wheels. You know, it's unfortunate whenever you have such a good play as that was, where that beautiful perception, that vision by Willis, able to get out there and make that 10-yard play, just to have it be brought back by penalties. It's unfortunate for sure. Now you have two receivers set on the right side. Solo receiver on that left. Clyburn in the backfield. Willis going to take the snap. Drops back. Pass. Overthrew him once again. He had Freeman wide open on this near side. And if you're Willis, you just need to settle down. You just need to become calm, cool, and collected on the field. That's the only way your team's going to get close to scoring this game as we slowly approach halftime. And a quick huddle taken by Coach Childs here. Would not be surprised if they resort to the run here. It's 3rd and long. Into the solo set. Here's Willis. Trying to take it himself. Ball comes loose. He holds on to it. That's going to result in 4th down and long. More than likely to bring out the punting regime. And that, I believe, they will. Don't know what that smoke in the background is. There was a loud boom and it just comes about, but here's the punt. Hopefully going to be more than 10 yards, and it is. Deep punt to around the 50. Good bounce. Lets it roll. On the 40-yard punt there. That's a great setting there. I'm sure the Elite defense appreciates that. Hurricane offense, not so much. As the offense, well, the Hurricanes trying to make something happen. Right now it's just being plagued by Willis's inability to just get the ball off as fast enough. The offensive line's holding it back very well. He's just got to be able to roll out into that pocket and have good pocket presence and confident pocket presence. For the defense for the Hurricanes just gotten in his head now. 2 interceptions in the first quarter can definitely do something to you. But if you're Willis, you got to shake it off and move on. That's what football's all about. Taking the hits, getting back up, and moving on. And trip set. This is near side. And snap taken. Handoff. And quick flag to stop the play in its tracks. And discussion between the white cap. More than likely going to be an offsides on the offense. Offsides, offense. Just look at that. Called that one correctly. And that's going to move the Hurricanes back 5 yards, making it 1st and long. First and 15. Let's see if the Hurricanes can make something happen here. Give some entertainment for those back at home. And the punt fake. Deep pass is not caught. Pass deflection. Beautiful play by Andre Patterson for the Elite. And it's going to bring up 2nd and 15. It was a good look, but at the same time, Patterson just had him locked up. And there's nothing you can do about that. It's a trip set. It's the near side. Quick pass out. And flag. And a whistle blown. And don't know what this call is going to be. Thrown by the near side ref. I believe it's going to be called on the Hurricanes once again. These penalties have just been plaguing the Hurricanes in their game today. And that will be it. And that's going to be another loss of what looks to be 10 on the play. Big time penalty. And now it is 2nd and 20. Not the predicament you want to be in. Especially it still being a scoreless game entering or nearing halftime. And the handoff on 2nd and 20. Making things happen, shaking and baking. Round A. 6-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd and long. And the snap taken. Trip set. Drops back, rolls into the pocket. Deep ball taken. Caught right in the middle. And that's going to give the Hurricanes some room to work with. Great play right down the middle. Just be able to hit any open receiver at this point. Makes it 1st down and 10. And the snap, handoff, stopped instantly by the defensive line. Number 97 is Dodd on the stop. Tossed him forward, gave him a little bit of yardage there. And 2nd down and 8. If you're the offensive line for the Hurricanes, you just have to be able to get downfield. You have to be able to block. You have to be able to do many things as the runners and ride up the middle. And stopped by the linebackers for the Elite. Now it's Ty Sullivan on the stop, coming down from safety. But also, if you're the linebackers for the Elite, you have to be able to make those quick reads by the offense, or from the offensive line, and just be able to make plays from there as well. It's been a really great defensive game for both sides, and it shows, especially in regards to the Elite, just being able to shut down this defense. As we saw them at a 3rd and 20 at one point, as the wide open shot taken downfield and caught for the Hurricanes. Beautiful play as halftime coming. It's approaching quick. It's approaching quick. It needs to be a big-time play here by the Hurricanes. And an official timeout here. And back in play. In need of something here. 1st and 10. Approaching the red zone. Here's the run. Towards that far side. Big hit. And now we are in the red zone, ladies and gentlemen, for only the 2nd time today. Big time play by the Elite. Or I take it back, the Hurricanes. The Hurricanes. Quick timeout taken, and we're going to take it with them here on the Elite Sports Network. For all of you joining us in now, it's still a scoreless game as we slowly approach halftime. And thank you for tuning in here on the South Carolina Elite Sports Network. My name is Colin Calvert. As this timeout taken, we've seen many timeouts taken these past 2 quarters, and more than I've ever seen, especially in such a small time frame. This is the first one in the 2nd quarter, I believe, but there were 4 taken in the first few minutes of the 1st quarter as well. Just not too often you see that. I guess it just become lack of preparation, or it just could come from, hey, things have changed that we did not see. As 2 backs in the backfield. And it off to the fullback. Big man taking it all the way, I believe, to the 1-yard line. And it's going to have to be a big stop here for the Elite. And hey, I love when I see a big man score. Hand it to the fullback and let him get the job done. As you can see, he plowed through that defensive line. And the handoff right back to him. Shifty on his feet, tries to work away around, and it's going to bring up 2nd down. I think the Elite knew that was happening. Snap taken. Handoff. And that's going to be the first touchdown of the game, making it Hurricanes 6, Elite 0. And big time play from the Hurricanes, and all thanks to the big man. Seeing him right down the middle. And the extra point kick should be underway soon. And for the Hurricanes, number 13 to take the kick. The snap underway, fumbled, and still in the hands of the kicker. This is funny. Toss, and that's going to be right at the ground. We've seen kickers that turn into quarterbacks sometimes. We saw that for the Jets quite a few years back, and that was entertaining. But this kicker unable to throw it, and that's going to lead us to the second kickoff of the game. Hurricanes 6, Elite 0. And back to receive for the Elite. Jared Watkins, who took the very first kickoff down himself, as well as Taz Harrison. And from the Hurricanes, here is the kick. As we close in on halftime. And he is underway. Deep kick. Here's Watkins. Cutting his way inside. Makes some men miss. And gets about a 20-yard gain on that one. It's going to bring the Elite offense out. And hopefully going to be able to produce on this one. And Willis really just kind of have to step up in that leadership role and really just take over as an offensive weapon here. You want to get it out to your receivers, and if not, just hand it off to your running back. You'll just make something happen, get a spark and a bit of momentum here on offense. And some difficulty here. Trying to find some linemen for the Elite. As two step in. And Clyburn making his way out. More to that tight end set. Drop back. Here's the snap. And deep shot taken. And deflected. And the intended target. Target being, I think that was Jones on that one. Again, just these deep balls have not been successful for the Elite whatsoever. I mean, you have that offensive weapon in Clyburn. Why not use it at this point? And Clyburn now in the backfield. Trip setting. This near side. As Willis going to take the snap. And here's the snap. Drop back. For the inside, and the pass that should have been caught there. Right through the hands of Dawkins. Dawkins, we saw him make an amazing deep catch earlier in the first quarter. Right before one of Willis's first interceptions. And that was going to slide right out of his hands. You know, those types of errors are so costly in this game as well. You know, the Hurricanes have a 6-0 lead on you. You have to make something happen offensively. And here's Willis. Takes a snap. Drops back. The throw. Deep ball right into Hurricane territory. I mean, that was two safeties for the Hurricanes. There was no receiver down there for you. You had Dawkins, but he was quite a few yards back from that one. Big overthrow from Willis. And Willis and a few of his receivers having some issues on the field. And lots of different energies coming from both these sidelines here. And great defense from the Hurricanes. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to end up being our halftime here on the Elite Sports Network. 6-0 after he was almost intercepted again. That would have been his third, but now 6-0. Like I said before, Hurricanes lead the way. And back here on the Elite Sports Network, my name is Colin Calvert as we approach the second half with Tron Hill to start us off. This will be the first time the Hurricanes have received the ball on a kickoff, being this is the only kickoff, or the second kickoff that has happened this game. And let's get ready to play some football. And the kick. And that one's going to roll way out now. Great hit there by Hill. And it's going to result in Hurricanes ball. There's going to be a flag on the play. Let's see if there can be some offensive production here from the Hurricanes. As you saw, they got the ball moving there near the end of the second quarter and ended up resulting in a score for them. Score 6-0. And now it's all in the hands of the defense for the Elite. And backing at it, as you can see, going with the triple back set here for the Hurricanes. Handoff. You have a lead blocker with your fullback. And it's going to result in a gain of about 4. And you see whenever they use their fullback in most plays, it ends up being quite a successful one. As you saw, when he's the lead blocker as well, they ended up scoring that last drive. And still in that triple back set. We'll see what happens here. We've only seen the pass from the Hurricanes only about 2 times now this game, and make that 3 as they mostly resort to run. I believe the Elite are starting to catch on to it. Now, as the Elite needs something to happen here, need a big stop on 3rd and 10. And the run. Shut down at around the 43 there. Punting regime out now for the Hurricanes. And the punt. great punt. As Watkins not able to get the ball and not able to progress it down the field either, as it just kept on rolling. You know, in that case, you have to be ready for that ball. I mean, that was right around his reach too, and he really had no one around him at that time. And it's going to come out, and now it's time to see if the offense for the Elite can do anything. As of right now, it's not seemed that way. We've seen sparks, we've seen glimpses of hope. But can we see them finally score? Can we see them finally make big-time moves that will result in hopefully them winning the game? That is the goal, of course, of any team who was playing. And you have Clyburn in the backfield. You know, I mentioned before, when you have an offensive weapon like Clyburn, I'm just surprised they've not used him as much as they did in the first quarter. First quarter, you saw the very first play of the game, Clyburn with around a 6-yard run just to start us off. He brought the momentum for sure, but we've seen Coach Childs resort to the pass and flag thrown. Pass low. Intended target was Hill. And it's going to bring us to 2nd and 10. Flag on the play. And flag called on the Hurricanes. Advances the Elite 5 yards up. 1st and 5. At the 20. Here's a snap from Willis. Willis. Finally, a reception made. Now made by Freeman. And that's going to make it 1st down once again. Now the ball has started to roll in the Elite's favor. Yeah, these short passes from Willis have been accurate. They just haven't been caught by his receivers. And snap is fumbled. And looks like it might be Hurricane ball. Big time play there by the Hurricanes. And they're not getting up. I mean, this is a all or nothing type ball here, and that's going to end up Hurricanes ball. Wow, what a change of play here, a pace of play change here as the offense for the Hurricanes coming right on out. I mean, that's just unfortunate. You cannot have errors like that in such a big game time situation. You're getting close to the 4th quarter now, and you decide to, hey, the snap just been fumbled. It's just not what you want to see, especially as you had that much momentum starting off. You know, you had a penalty, you had a good pass right down the middle. You were at 1st down, and then snap fumbled. Unfortunate circumstance for the Elite. I don't know whether that was the fault of the center or the fault of Willis dropping the snap, but you saw the effort from Clyburn as well, trying to get that as the run straight up the middle, gain of about 4 yards, and this is perfect prime position for the Hurricanes to score here, just to extend that lead, to just add to the cushion they already have. And really, the pressure is all on the Elite right now. You know, you're at your home turf, and you're on a 2-game losing streak so far. You were once ranked top of the division, and now you're facing a team that's 1-3, not the greatest reputation in football, and they have you beat right now at home. And handoff to the fullback, and going to be stumped right there. And no gain on the play. And make that 3rd down now. 3rd down to about 7. And the snap taken, pitch, and flag on the play. Not be surprised, that's going to be on the offense. And that's going to bring him back a few yards. Still going to result in 3rd down. 3rd down and 11 now. As the Hurricanes slowly but surely approach the red zone, you know, that kind of penalty there is not what you want to see. You were in a prime opportunity to score, as that fumble snap put them in perfect position to just make their way through the red zone, as quarterback sacked and taken down, resulting us in a 4th down play. Not looking good for the Hurricanes. Right now, beautiful play by the defensive line for the Elite. You know, this is a big time decision here by the head coach of the Hurricanes. Do you go for it on 4th and 15? And it looks like they are. This will be a big time play if it can work out. And turns out they're going to bring out, looks like the field goal team. And is going to try and barely extend the lead. Here's the punt. Big time hit on the punter there. And I mean, that's just a mistake you can't make, and you don't want to make either. If you're the Elite, that's going to result in just hurting you more than it hurts the Hurricanes. And that one hurt the punter, that's for sure. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty more than likely. This gives the ball right back into the hands of the Hurricanes. Those are mistakes you cannot make if you're the Elite. You're already not in prime position to win this game. It's already 6-0. coming up on the fourth quarter, and you've just given the Hurricanes first down right near the red zone. And snap. Handoff towards that far outside right. And we are in the red zone, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful run play, great blocking. You saw the beautiful reach block to the right from the offensive line. Able to just get around and block for their man. He's right within the 5-yard line. Starting to get interesting. And a quarterback change. Got to take it himself. Need about 2 on the play. And approaching the 3-yard line. And they're bringing in the big man. I would not be surprised if the handoff is going right to him. And flag on the play. And it looks like something's going down between teammates on the same team for the Elite. This is getting interesting. This is getting really interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, you cannot have this. This just does not look good on your organization. Doesn't look good on your reputation as well. And this is just unfortunate. I mean, this is just unfortunate. You cannot have your team members fighting each other. I get it that there can be hard times, and this is a difficult situation. You're down 6-0, and there's another flag. As the Hurricanes, calm, cool, and collective. Here on the Elite Sports Network, it's just getting interesting. Now everybody, there's another flag on the play. And this is just something for sure. This is something for sure. And after a extended bout between a few players on the Elite side, we're about to finally playing some football here on the Elite Sports Network. As the Hurricanes close to scoring once again. And there's another touchdown for the Elite. I told you it was going to, I'm taking it for the Hurricanes. And I told you there was another score for the big man. And big time play there from the Hurricanes. Might be. They might take it back there. It looks like they're going to go for two here. And the snap. Drop back, throw, and that's deflected. No good. And that's going to bring us right to a kickoff momentarily. We'll be right back after this short break. And here comes the kickoff from the Hurricanes. And the kick. And almost recovered by the Hurricanes themselves. Ends up in the hands of Hill. And lucky break there for the Elite. As they're going to come out and have another offensive possession. And Willis still the quarterback for the Elite. Surprised there's not been a quarterback change yet. And Clyburn in the backfield. And snap taken. Close shot. Caught by Freeman. And Freeman going to be taken down. It's going to be a gain of about 2. And the snap. Handoff to Clyburn. Clyburn, quick gain. Like might be a face mask on the defense. Yeah, you saw right as he made his way up the middle there, which I'm finally glad they're starting to utilize Clyburn a bit more. You saw them grab a bit of the face mask. And Clyburn, such an easy guy to get along with too, as you saw during the whole fighting process. You saw him go over there and talk to the other team, get everybody all calmed down. Great guy for sure. Just going to give him a few yards to work with. 2nd down and 3. I believe there's going to be a transition now. This is going to be the fourth quarter as we enter it. And let's switch sides, shall we? Believe it. Man, Willis to take the snap. Trips far side right. We got a lone receiver on this left side. And then the snap taken. Willis. Pressure taken down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. You had a receiver wide open downfield. If you're Willis, you don't take that step up. You have to keep stepping back. To be able to read over your line and be able to see your receivers downfield. That's the only reason he's not being able to make the passes that he wants to make today. And Harrison in the backfield. And here's a snap. Drop step. Here's Willis. Willis taking the run himself. Makes the outside spin move and then finally taken down after a gain of 10 on the play. Malik Willis. Give it to him. And this is one of the few drives of the Elite that's resulted in some gains of some plays. We've seen most of the time they end in interceptions. This could be the answer for the Elite. Willis drops back. Deep throw, deep shot, wide open, and intercepted again. And that's going to be the third interception of the day for Willis. And definitely a bit of heated things going on here. It's not the best day for the Elite right now. It was a good look. It was a deep shot. Just unable to produce. Freeman tried for it. But just great defense by the Hurricanes. And big step here for the Hurricanes as they're up 12-0 here on the Elite Sports Network at the Elite's home. And the snap taken. Quarterback change again, back to their original. And flag thrown as right into the fence there, almost hits a kid. That was great play by the Hurricanes. That's going to bring up first down again, unless this flag might have something else to say about it. And it's going to bring that what seemed like a beautiful offensive play from the Hurricanes, going to bring them back right almost into their own end zone at around the 5-yard line. And snap. Handoff. Risky handoff here, but it looks like to be the same play. And spinning off, tackled by a host of elite. They're around the 20-yard line. The running game's been so effective. As Freeman is down. Looks to be getting up just fine. But that run game's been so effective for the Hurricanes today, and it's really gotten them, especially in the red zone. You know, they played spectacular ball. And it's just been very effective run game. And back in the same set they were in during that last play. And the handoff. Right back to him, making a move, but unable to produce. He is taken down for a loss of 5 on the play. Man, it's going to be a delay of game call. And it's going to bring them back. It's sad because the yardage they just gained, they just lost again. And you've seen that on back-to-back penalties for the Hurricanes. We've seen this game has just really been a penalty-ridden game, and much of it to the cost of the Hurricanes. It's a loss of 5 there. He's now 3rd and 14 on the play. Elite trying to make a big-time stop here. They make a stop here, they're going to have every chance they can to be able to score. Prime time in the red zone as the timeout's taken. We'll take you with them. And quick timeout there. Back to playing some football on this cold and cloudy day here in Piedmont, South Carolina. It's been quite the game. Not the game that the Elite were expecting, that's for sure. But the game is not over yet. 12-0. Now, as we approach the end of the game, there's the toss. Rounding his way around. Trick plays. Trick deep and right on out of bounds. Oh, man, you'd think pulling out the trick plays, he'd have him wide open. And unfortunate for the Hurricanes, he was not. Great defense, lockdown defense by the Elite. And the Elite, second down. Or no, I take it back. This is fourth down. The punting resume has come out. And you have Watkins back, and they're going to call that one a touchdown. And that's going to be a score for the Elite. Wow, make it a 6-12 game, cutting that Hurricane lead in half. Great playing there by the Elite. The punter unable to hold on to the ball, and that just gives every opportunity to the Elite to score, and they do. And the punter slow to get up. And it seems like we're going to redo that play there. And going to take the score back 12-0. If you're the Elite right now, you're definitely not the happiest camper. But at the same time, roughing the punter, we've seen 2 of those plays now where the punter has been pummeled, and it ends up working out in the favor of the Hurricanes. Here's the punt. Since. And Watkins on the receiving end of that. About a 3-yard gain. As there seems to be an injury on the field. And we're going to take a quick break there. As hopefully he's going to be okay. And seems to be walking off not fine, but hey, at least able to get up and get off the field as well. But glad to see he's doing better, and hopefully he gets okay. And the officials talking, see if there's going to be a possible penalty on the play. Should bring up the Elite offense. Elite offense has not been as elite as they would like to this overall game today. Let's see if they can make a change as the game nears its end. And the snap, taken. Step back. Open down the middle, no good. Overthrew Freeman on that one. As much as Willis thinks that it's his receiver's fault, it's more of him either overthrowing or underthrowing them that's led to these interceptions or these missed throws. And the snap taken. Willis looking to hit deep. That's just not the throw you want to make there. I mean, it's great coverage by the Hurricanes as there's another injured player down. It's been just an injury-packed game. Yeah, big-time injury here. And we're going to take a quick break. As the injured player taken right off the field. I mean, like I said, this has just been a injury-filled game today. And mainly on the side of the Hurricanes. So definitely hoping that there's going to be help on the way, hopefully. And in hopes that they're all okay and we'll get better. And now back to playing some football here on the Elite Sports Network. And Clyburn in the backfield. Willis shifting his way around. Toss. Little shovel pass is Clyburn making his way downfield. Great run from Clyburn. Showing off those wheels, showing off that versatility and being able to just move around the field. Well done by Clyburn. Good shovel pass by Willis as well, just being able to have the vision and the ability to just toss it right to him. And also props to the O-line as well. Yeah, Willis as they have now edging closer and closer to the red zone for a possible lead cutter here. Willis, deep ball, almost intercepted, right out of the hands, incomplete. Brings up second down. And second down and 10. As they approach the red zone, Willis just a bit off with his throw. Haven't seen a lot of productivity from Willis throwing-wise today. 3 interceptions as well. Definitely not a day you want to add to the stat sheet for sure. You have Harrison in the backfield. Motions out. Willis, drop back, throw. And who that was going to, I do not know. But it did not go to a receiver, that's for sure. And that's going to result in third down and 10. And a quick timeout taken from the Hurricanes, and we'll be right back here on the Elite Sports Network. And right after the timeout, we come some red zone action. And it's the Elite trying to make their mark. And Harrison weaving his way inside to around the 6-yard line on third and short. And you have Clyburn, Wildcat formation. Here's a snap. Drop back. Willis. Sidearm pass, low to Harrison. No good. And Clyburn and Harrison got trips out near side. Snap is fumbled. Spinning out. Still alive. And tossed the back, and it's intercepted again. That's the 4th one today. And wow, just not Malik Willis's day. And it's going to bring up the offense for the Hurricanes. Wow, what a play. Just what a play by the Hurricanes. They've taken advantage of that 2 times now in the red zone. And that's 4 interceptions for Willis today. Andre Willis. Not a day for the stat sheet. And it's going to put the Hurricanes right back in the back of the Elite's end zone. Going to give them prime time opportunity. Make it up the field. It is 1st and 10. Here's the snap. They decide to run it. The big man taking it right up the middle. And have yourself a day, my friend. Have yourself a day. We have the Elite. Another quarterback change. We've seen number 2 for. I tell you that is the Hurricanes. For the Hurricanes, we've seen number 2. He's shifty on his feet. Gives me more of a running back type Lamar Jackson style of quarterback. As there is a delay of game, I believe. It's going to bring them right on back to where they started. Prime time opportunity here for the Hurricanes. 1st and 15. You've still got the ability to score here as the time slows down, winds down. Not much left on the clock. And there's a knee, and ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is going to be your game. We'll see what head coach of the Hurricanes has planned out. There was a knee taken. Just winding the clock down at this point. And this is going to continue the Elite's losing streak, making that them now 2 and 3, and bump the Hurricanes up now 2 and 3. So tied up records now, but not what you want to see if you're an Elite fan here at home. And they're going to take another knee. And that's going to end the game in regulation. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be your game here at Woodmont Sports Complex. My name's Colin Calvert. Make sure you follow me. You can follow me on Twitter at Classic Commentary, or you can follow me Instagram at Classic Commentary, or on Facebook, as you are following me now. And thanks again for this opportunity from the South Carolina Elite for letting me broadcast this game. And good night and good luck. And just enjoy that pretty view for a second.